Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are out here at Spring Hill Cemetery, just outside of Nashville, right next to the National Memorial, like here, the Tennessee Memorial Cemetery. And we're here to visit the grave of Keith Whitley. And before we get to that, I want to ride around and look at some of the pieces that are unique to this cemetery and see what's here. Because I always like to just see, you know, each cemetery almost has like its own little story to tell, right? It's its own entity, its own thing. Everybody can have their own, you know, headpiece. That's the cool thing. Somebody told me that was cute that I say the word headpiece, so I think I'm going to keep saying it forever. The first thing we're going to come to, let's see, here we go. Before I get sidetracked, let me say, hey, if this is your first time here, hey, welcome. I hope you enjoy the channel. If you do, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, you know, doing all those things. And if this isn't your first time here, hey, welcome back. I hope you enjoy the video. And without further ado, let's get to walking around this beautiful cemetery and let's see what it has to offer. Then we'll visit the grave of Mr. Whitley and pay our respects. Yeah, so let's get to going. So as you come in, just right over there's the road that goes up. You come across this grave. This is the grave of the Odoms. This is their family lot. And if you're from the South, then you're going to be very familiar with Tennessee Pride country sausage. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that was a staple in our house growing up. Tennessee Pride, you buy it in the little, you know, the sausage sleeve, and then you cut it up and make your own patties out of it. Man, it was some good stuff back in the day. Nowadays, you know, it's been, you know, one of those things, right? But yeah, so they started with a $1,000 loan. Douglas Odom and his wife Louise converted a chicken house in Madison into a 4-hog-a-day meat grinding sausage business. And look what it's turned into. So the thing that made me stop more than anything, I mean, here's the family, right? So there's Richard, Louise, there's Douglas right there that started it all. And that's his wife Louise. Is this monument. It's the Tennessee Pride guy. Like, how cool is that? And so what this is they were sitting at the table, and his daughter drew that picture of the little fella, which I guess would resemble her dad, walking with a pole like a old-time country, almost like Andy Griffith, right? And that's what stuck. I thought that was really cool. So yeah, this is the family that came up with Tennessee Pride sausage. Whitley was born in Ashland, Kentucky, but was raised 46 miles away in Sandy Hook, and he attended Sandy Hook High School. In 1969, he performed in a musical contest in Eazell, Kentucky, with Brother Dwight on 5-string banjo. Ricky Skaggs was also in the contest. Skaggs and Whitley hit it off right away and quickly became best friends. 16-year-old Whitley and 16-year-old Skaggs were discovered in Fort Gay, West Virginia by Ralph Stanley, who happened to be 45 minutes late for a show due to a flat tire. Stanley opened the door of the club and heard what he thought was the Stanley Brothers playing on the jukebox. However, it was Whitley and Skaggs who sounded just like me and Carter in the early days. Whitley became lead singer for Stanley in 1974. He moved to Nashville in 83 to pursue, we are right in the path of the airport. So he moved to Nashville in 83 to pursue a country music career and soon signed a record deal with RCA. What in the... Okay, so before we continue with Mr. Whitley, these are all in a circle. This is the only part of the cemetery I've seen like this, where they're all in a circle. Huh. Well, that's definitely unique. Whitley's first solo album, A Hard Act to Follow, was released in '84 and featured a more mainstream country style. While Whitley was working hard to achieve his own style, the songs he produced were inconsistent, and critics regarded the album as too erratic. Whitley honed his sound within the next few years for his next album, L.A. to Miami. Now, L.A. to Miami was released in '85, and would give him his first top 20 country hit, Miami, My Amy. The song was followed by 3 more hits, 10 Feet Away, Homecoming, 63, and Hard Living. The album also included On the Other Hand and Nobody in His Right Mind Would Leave Her. During his tour to promote LA to Miami, he met and began a romantic relationship with country singer Miss Lori Morgan. They were married in November of '86 and had their only child, a son, Jesse, in '87. Whitley also adopted Lori's daughter from her first marriage. Pretty good dude right there, huh? During the new recording sessions in '87, Whitley began feeling that the songs he released were not up to his standards, so he reapproached RCA and asked if the project of 15 songs could be put on the shelf. He also asked if he could take a major role in creating the songs in the production. The new album titled Don't Close Your Eyes was released in '88, and the album sold extremely well. The first 3 singles from the album, When You Say Nothing at All, I'm No Stranger to the Rain, and the title cut, all reached #1 on Billboard's country chart during the autumn of '88. In May of '89, less than 2 months before his 35th birthday, Whitley had a brief phone call with his mother and was later visited by his brother-in-law. The two had coffee and were planning a day of golf and lunch, after which Whitley planned to start writing songs for him and Lori to record when she returned from her concert tour. Palmer left at approximately 8:30 a.m. asking Whitley to be ready to leave within the hour. Upon returning, Palmer found Whitley unresponsive on his bed and called an ambulance. Whitley was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The official cause of death was alcohol poisoning. Davidson County Medical Examiner stated that Whitley's blood alcohol level was .47, the equivalent to 20 one-ounce shots of 100 proof whiskey. So yeah, there you go, the grave of Mr. Keith Whitley. Such a bummer, going way too soon, right? Just imagine all the stuff he could have done. And I mean, what he gave us within those 34 years, just imagine what he could have gave us after that, right? It's a beautiful marker. And you got the, you can donate when you come here, the Keith Whitley Memorial Ride. Little bluebird, guitar picks, some flags. Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice. So yeah, thanks for watching. I always say you don't know what it means when you watch, but I do mean it. It does mean the world to me. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support and the kind words and the comments that you leave. And now that we're at the end of the video, I always forget to do it, but I have the Patreon, I have the member section, I have the PayPal. Seems like I plug a lot of stuff, but it takes a lot to keep this channel going, I ain't gonna lie. When gas is, $4 something a gallon, it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna pretend like everything's all, rainbows and unicorn farts, right? Because it's not. It's one of those things. I enjoy what I do, so it's worth whatever it costs. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Keith Whitley, man, how cool is that? Like, I'm glad you and I get to go do this together. So yeah, let me get my little cheesy thing out of the way. Thank you guys so much, and you know what? You never know what you're going to find on the back roads. I'll see you guys next time.